guys, welcome back to Mansell Media Corner, and today I'm going to show you two books from a great author called Kevin Williams. If you don't know who he is, he's Tweet Wrestling on YouTube, and I'm going to do a couple of shout outs as well after. So this one's the latest of the two books. It's Wrestling Merchandise of the 1990s. Superstar Bank, and on the front it's got the likes of Hulk Hogan and then World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, the Ultimate Warrior. It's by Amberley Books, Amberley Publishing, pardon me. But if you don't know, Tweet Wrestling knows his wrestling. You know, he likes his retro, like card wrestling stickers and cards. But let's start with a bit of nod to Netflix, which is The Toys That Made Us, which is the LJN figures. So in this page you can't really tell, but it's Sheiky Baby himself, Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, Hulk Hogan, Rock John Morocco, Hillbilly Jim, and Junkyard Dog, and here's Mean Gene, Oakland. All in an old school Hasbro ring. This t-shirt's from about, I'm going to say 1989-ish. It's a Hulk Hogan t-shirt, and you have to have like a WWF storage box where you can put your figures in, etc. You'd have like kiddies belts as well. So you've got the two WWF championships, tag team and the Intercontinental Championship. But who remembers when you could buy like a WCW ring? Could get these from like Index. Whatever happened to Index catalogues and Argus, and maybe Woolworths, Toys R Us. But you'd have, what made this ring cool is you could have like, you'd have steel cages, so you could have like a steel cage match with the wrestlers. And with the Fabulous Freebirds you'd also get like a you'd also get like a sandbox, which is pretty awesome. But here are some of the figures. You can't really tell, but you can now what figures came out. So now by the American versions, but you'd have like some Brian Pillman, Tom Zink, Scotty Steiner before he became Big Papa Pump. On the other side, they'd have the WWF figures. And then they've got the likes of Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Ravisher Rickwood, and the Ultimate Warrior on the box. Also included was then the WWF Championship and an American flag. And it shows how popular Tweet is, because he's got this on his iCarded figure signed by the late great Scott Hall, signed by Razor Ramon and the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. But you've got like random Hulk Hogan merchandise on this page. Who remembers having some of these WWF figures and merchandise? What makes this teddy bear so unique is you could order it via the WWF magazine, now World Wrestling Entertainment. But look at this for like really cool merchandise as well, which you can buy for any shop. But you'd have a Hulk Hogan 24-inch Python, t-shirt. They have Hulk Hogan lunchbox. Hulk Hogan pyjamas, which would have been cool at the time. They have a Hulk Hogan Superstar Bank. But again, you'd have World Championship Wrestling, their biggest rival at the time, which was aired in about 1993, I'm going to say, for WCW in the UK. But you'd have their main man, Sting himself, the legend. This is when he had his surface Sting attire, where he had his bleach blonde stroke white hair. Can't really tell, but it's the enforcer Arn Anderson. I'm not too sure who that is, who he's chopping, but Double A himself, Arn Anderson. So he'd have, in this one, he'd have the flag bearer for this company, Sting, in like inside of a clock. He'd have a lunchbox by Bluebird Toys from 1991. Who remembers these things? Electronic game watches, especially the WCW. And recently I did a video a while back showing you VHS is what I've got. These majority of them what are in the collection. A lot of them which I haven't got. I also had this as well, which was a hard game to understand at the time. WCW Super Slam game with the icon himself, Sting. And of course, WWF VHSs, which it's a hard to buy for, but hard to buy nowadays. But at the time you could buy these from like Woolworths, Virgin Megastore, HMV, John Menzies, anything what sold like VHS. And if you order these from like Silver Vision, you'd get like a pamphlet of what was out at the time. But also you'd also have like WWF magazines, and you'd have annuals, which I might do a separate video because I'm really old school. Well, in the old WWF magazines, you'd have like you could order like exclusive WWF merchandise, etc. So this Hulk Hogan t-shirt was from the UK and European tour of 1991. Look at the detail on it though. Pretty cool. And you'd have like random video games, including the Simpsons wrestling, which isn't that good, which I actually enjoyed at the time, but I used to have the Mega Drive and Sony PlayStation and Nintendo 64, so most of these games I'm familiar with. I also had that as well, WWF WrestleMania with the likes of Sergeant Slaughter, Hulk Hogan and the British Bulldog. Who remembers these handheld games of the wrestling? Of course, you'd have Milton Bradley be doing like WWF cash-in, so you'd have Wrestling Challenge game with some legends on the cover. Of course, you'd have like Action Pinball, which I've never heard of, Wrestling Tops, never heard of that either, but two legends of the ring, Undertaker and Hulk Hogan. Who remembers the original Game Boy? And you could play like WWF games on there, and get as well as Game Boy Color. And slot and slide puzzle as well, it was hard to do. But you'd have like things, drawing books, etc. As you can see there. Wisdom puzzle pad as well. And it just shows how popular the Warrior was. How cool are they though, the Ultimate Warrior. You know, how cool would that have been back in the day, Ultimate Warrior mask? You'd have like a WWF mug. Now look at that, like war makeup kit. And the WWF briefcase is like the Nasty Boys, but the Hitman Hart, the Undertaker. And you'd have the WWF kite. Who remembers when's this, a WWF tray? Pretty awesome. And watches, and you could do your own action figure necklace as well, and you could buy stamps and superstar subset. Wow, that's how popular then WWE, WWF was. Also, you'd have like cups as well. And of course, also you could buy like badges and keychains. And WWF badges. And badges as well, and a jumper as well. Looks like the Attitude Era. You could have bath salts and belt bags and sports bag. I think that's a swim bag. Who remembers these stuff though? You know, if you went to America, you could buy like merchandise at WrestleMania. So I think this is the official WrestleMania. WrestleMania 8. These Tweeds Wrestling specialities, like loves his trading cards from years gone by in the WWE. But who remembers this prestigious event in 1992? Wembley Stadium, almost. 29th of August. Wow, what an event. Still to this day. This was before we had Clash at the Castle. This was how big then WWE was. You'd have the likes of these are just being random papers like the Mirror, Daily Star, the Sun, the Sunday People, and also you'd have the stuff in the Dandy. There's a British Bulldog t-shirt. Official programmes at the time. These are what Tweed Wrestling's got over the years. Incredible events, I must say. But imagine guys, imagine how popular that would be nowadays, you know. if you kept like Class at the Castle or The Money in the Bank, which recently aired in the UK. I think I went to that tour, the European Spring Tour. I believe it was the Birmingham NI8 gigs. I was upset because I didn't get to see Bret the Hitman Hart. I got to see Yokozuna, which was pretty cool at the time, but again, these type of tour programs are sought after. Just have a random wrestling shows where you'd have an appearance in American wrestling, or Jack the Snake Roberts and Earthquake. Again, who remembers these gold series of collector's cards? And these stuff as well, where they're like stickers, and there's the random sticker albums. And there's some more the sticker albums. But you could also buy like Milton Bradley's jigsaw puzzles. Who remembers the Super Nintendo? Especially the Royal Rumble. And these are the games that I had at the top. Super WrestleMania, WrestleMania Arcade Game and War. A lot of people don't know this, but Simon Cowell produced Slam Jam. This was before he became known as the X Factor judge and his stuff. He produced Slam Jam, which I had in cassette, I think. This shows how popular Bret the Hitman Hart is. Signed shades, and the Bret the Hitman Hart book. But also you could buy like CDs, etc. You'd have like cartoonists like WWF badges and Razor Ramon and Tatanka. They're all cool that. And you'd have like WCW annuals as well. You remember some of these magazines as well, so you'd have like Satellite Times with Hulk Hogan, Power Slam, which I had a couple of. Still got a couple of WWE magazines in like 2008 and 2009. You'd also buy like Superstar Bendems. And again here, in the same there, you've got lots of Yokozuna, Psycho Sid, Triple H. You'd have like a WWF official microphone. And there's it very well, there's Vince. Again, I had most of these games to the PlayStation 1. So I had SmackDown 2, Mayhem, Thunder and WCW versus the World, and Simpsons Wrestling. WWF Slam Cam, I've never heard of these, but during the last year when Hogan's defected into WCW, you'd have the rise of the Texas Rattlesnake, and what a legend he is. Rockbot, Stone Cold Stunning, The Rock. Look at that for a really creepy Stone Cold Steve Austin Bone Country Buddies, but you'd have like the likes of cups and glasses, etc. and the retro figures. So I think you can still buy this day, but probably not worth a lot. You'd have three of the best of all time: The Rock, Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin figures. Again, these were about 1998, 1999. Insurrection figures, and You've got likes of the Headbangers, and I think might be Triple H, Brian Pillman. But again, one of the best periods of pro wrestling, the Attitude Era. I'd heard about one of the greats. It was where you've got the rise of Y2J in the WWE, and it was. Again, you'd have SmackDown with the rise of Kurt Angle, and many more wrestlers. This was actually one of my favourite periods of pro wrestling, the Attitude Era. Brings back great memories. They have like WCW at San Francisco Toymakers, who would like to do like WCW and Nitro things. There you got the WCW, the big gold belt right at the top. You don't know the figures. Ring announcer series: Bill Goldberg, Mean Gene and Big Sexy Kevin Nash. You'd have the same, you'd have like a flash set. Also, of course you'd have like NWO merchandise. The same for WCW, especially with Big Bill Goldberg. There's a t-shirt, sports bag, and you'd have random games. So I remember I couldn't stop playing like WCW NWO Thunder, Mayhem, WCW vs World, and WCW Revenge. And these as well, like electronic games inside the wrestlers. I look at them now for like games, etc. I had that to a program as well. So I went to, I believe it's the only time I've ever been to Manchester. It was at Manchester Evening News Arena to see a dying WCW in their weakest year, or the worst, in about 2000, I'm going to say. But who remembers one night only for the Birmingham NEC Arena? I am in Manchester as well. You'd have like WCW walkie-talkies and again trading cards. Miniature figure skateboards as well, pretty awesome. And again, the same with the merchandise, but you could buy like stuff for like 2000 era. Who remembers the Acolytes Protection Agency as well? Bradshaw and Farouk, and also you'd have like Superstar cups. You'd have CDs, and the stickers as well. Of course, not forget everyone's favourite, the Brahma Bull the Rock. Of course, the legendary Undertaker. And you'd have like the random belts. I've got that t-shirt somewhere which came with the game WrestleMania 3000 of like trading cards. And of course, over in Philadelphia, I had the likes of Paul Heyman's ECW. What a great company that was. You'd have the figures of the Dudley Boys. That was the gimmick that just stammer a lot. So you'd have the Dudley Boys t-shirt in WWF. yo-yos. But them that's pretty cool merchandise. Battling pop bags as well, pretty awesome, and battle for the belt. Game for the N64, you had the likes of WCW Revenge and the legendary No Mercy. Again, most of these, I think I've got a question for my good friend Rebecca over at Movie Junction. See how many of these DVDs she's got. And he had the two games for the PlayStation.